Hello everyone, hope you're doing great. In this quick tutorial, we are gonna see how to implement these WAAPI Python tools in Wwise. Okay, first of all, I want to thank these awesome people who make this repository with these commands. So we are gonna go step by step in this documentation in order to install and implement the commands. So let's start. It requires Python 3.6 or above, so you'll need to install it. The latest version now it's 3.12.4, so downloading that you will be okay. The next thing is to install the WAAPI client. So you copy this line and then type command prompt or cmd and paste it here and click enter and it will start installing. In my case, I have already installed them, so it's already satisfied. In your case, it will start downloading. And here we are installing two things. We are installing the WAAPI client in one hand, and on the other hand, we are installing SciPy. For those who don't know, SciPy is a library for fundamental algorithms for scientific computing in Python. If you don't install this library, there are some commands that won't work in Wwise. So once you've installed these libraries, you need to download these commands and put it into a specific folder. So you download as a zip, and you need to go into app data, audio kinetics, Wwise addons. In my case, the app data is here. Users, my naming, app data, roaming, audio kinetic, Wwise. If you don't have the add-on folder, you just simply create it, and then you put all the files. As you can see, they are the same. You put all the files there, and you have at the end the following file structure: app data, audio kinetic, Wwise addons, commands, WAAPI Python tools, JSON, and you can see that it's there. Commands, WAAPI Python tools, JSON. A quick shout out to the Atmosky ears. They are a great plugin for acoustic and binaural audio in Wwise, and it's free, so you definitely want to check it out. So let's open Wwise and check it out. So now in Wwise, I have these audio files that come from this project. It's something super simple just for this example. And as you can see, they are all aligned, but they have a lot of silence. And we don't want that because it uses resources and it's not good. So in order to replace this, because we have it here and in this event, okay, if we right click, we have down here all the new commands that we added. So let's do with auto trim sources with initial delay. We'll wait a little. And now all the files were auto trimmed with the delay. And if we play the event, it's sounding weird. Why is that? Well, because there's a problem in the command. As you can see in the initial delay, it's the same as the end trim. And we don't want that. We want to the start trim be the same as the initial delay. So we need to change that. And also we need to change a little thing, because if we, let's suppose we undo this, this is interesting because when we undo, we are undoing the command, and the command is all the files that we've done. So if we select all of this and then we go back, all of these files will be as they were imported. This is super useful. But the other problem is this one. Suppose that I only want to trim the files, but without including the initial delay. So let's go into here, auto trim sources, and the initial delay it's added too. That's strange. So for that, we need to change the code. So let's go into the code. Here is the code in, I'm using Visual Studio. And what you need to change is go into the auto trim sources and the main py. This is the folder add-ons that you've created. So we are in the auto trim sources main py, and you need to go in line 117. You need to go with Master Chief, and you need to change two things. First of all, I have it already here. I'm gonna uncomment this and this. As you can see, this line is the same as this one. Okay, so simply delete it. Here are two things. The first one is I'm adding a conditional. And the second one is that it's not really the same, because what I'm changing here is instead of using the trim end position, I'm using the trim begin position. So with this, with the trim begin position, I'm adjusting the initial delay with the initial trimming. And with this conditional, what I'm doing is I'm selecting or I'm separating the auto trim with the auto trim delay command. How or why the conditional do that? Well, because I'll go back into the commands. Okay, so all of these commands are in the general script WAAPI Python tools JSON commands that it displays all of the commands. And if we go into the auto trim sources, we have auto trim sources and auto trim with initial delay. And the only difference between these two commands is that the one that has the initial delay has in the arguments initial delay. So if we go to the code of the auto trim up to the top, we can see that the arguments like threshold, trimming begin, trimming end, begin, at the end in line 15 there's initial delay. So when you use the command here auto trim sources with initial delay, you are sending the argument initial delay as true, because as you can see here, it's a boolean. So booleans are true or false. So we just simply need to add the conditional. So if the argument initial delay is equal to true, then create the set the initial delay as the trimming beginning position with the sample rate. That's just math, but this is the only thing that there's missing in the code in the repository. So I'm gonna save it, and now I'm gonna undo this, and now if I go into the auto trim sources only, it will only auto trim, and if I only want this with the initial delay, it will auto trim, and the initial delay will be the same as the beginning trimming. So that's it. It's super simple, super easy. Remember, you need to go into the Master Chief line 117, include this, and you will have a lot of use with these commands. You can explore the other ones like auto renaming, auto creating events, adding synth, auto generating text to speech. That's really interesting. And yeah, hope you learned something, and I hope that you get encouraged into getting with WAAPI and Python in Wwise, because things are gonna get pretty crazy. So if you like this video, please subscribe, like it, share it, and I will receive a lot of love. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.